Hey there, folks. If you want to keep up with the real stories and hard-hitting news, make sure you follow S News to catch this and all our future videos. Your support means a lot, so, go ahead and subscribe, like, and drop a comment below. We want to hear what you think, and it helps us keep bringing you the truth. They thought they ruled the streets, until the US Marines showed up. That's when their war turned into a death sentence. Cartels used to feel untouchable across Mexico, heavily armed, bold, and running entire regions. But they weren't ready for the kind of enemy that doesn't back down, doesn't negotiate, and doesn't retreat. These cartels don't act like street gangs anymore. They fight like small armies. Groups like the Sinaloa Cartel, Los Zetas, and the Jalisco New Generation Cartel use military-grade weapons, 50 caliber rifles, Arkansas 15s, rocket launchers, even homemade armored vehicles. Their firepower sometimes matches or even exceeds local police, and in some cases the Mexican army. What makes them especially dangerous is their use of violence as a message. Hanging bodies from bridges, burning vehicles in public streets, and executing people in broad daylight. It's all to spread fear and assert control. For them, it's not just about territory, it's about domination through terror. For years, these groups operated as if no one could touch them, building criminal empires across Mexico. But that illusion started to crumble when they faced a very different kind of opponent, the US Marines. Unlike local forces, the Marines are highly trained, heavily equipped, and authorized to respond with lethal force. That changes everything. When Marines get involved, cartels often realize too late that their usual tactics no longer work. Cartel fighters are used to dealing with corrupt or poorly equipped police forces, but when they go up against a disciplined elite military unit, the results are usually one-sided. The Marines don't just react, they eliminate threats quickly and efficiently. Even hardened cartel members, known for their brutality, have been known to abandon their posts or flee when they hear that US Marines are in the area. Some entire groups have evacuated cities based only on rumors of Marine involvement. For them, facing the Marines head-on isn't just a bad move, it's a death wish. Though cartels still operate freely in many areas, their fear of direct confrontation with the Marines has grown. Every time a Marine unit steps into the fight, it's a brutal reminder that their guns and scare tactics are useless against a force that doesn't hesitate and doesn't back down. What really gives the Marines an edge isn't just their weapons and training, it's their unmatched discipline, specialized combat skills, and legal authority to use deadly force when necessary. These strengths give them a clear advantage over criminal organizations that rely on fear, chaos, and brute force. Every Marine goes through one of the toughest training programs in the world. They're pushed from day one to handle high-stress combat situations, urban fighting, ambush tactics, team movement, advanced marksmanship. This training is tailored for the exact kind of urban warfare that cartels create in Mexican cities. Unlike local forces, Marines work as tightly organized units where everyone has a role. They operate with precision, follow strict command structures, and remain coordinated, even under fire. While many local officers are left to act on their own, Marines function like a machine, fast, lethal, and efficient. One major difference is the rules of engagement. Civil law enforcement often has to wait until a threat escalates. Marines don't. If a target is confirmed hostile, they act immediately. No negotiation, no delay. That fast response can be the difference between chaos and control. When Marines enter a cartel's stronghold, they do it with a plan, not panic. They scout for threats, define the area, and strike with speed. Even the most well-armed cartel gunmen are often shocked by how fast the Marines can find and eliminate them. Marine operations are based on decades of combat experience. These aren't random raids. Every move is backed by intelligence designed to minimize civilian risk and maximize disruption of the enemy. Their goal is always the same: dominate the battlefield quickly and completely. Cartel fighters, no matter how violent or proud, rarely face anything like this. They're used to corrupt cops and scared soldiers. But Marines don't hesitate, and they don't forgive weakness. When these disciplined warriors hit cartel zones, the impact is unforgettable. Thanks for listening, folks. If you want more stories like this, don't forget to follow S News and stay tuned for our future videos. We appreciate your support. Take care and see you next time. Two missions especially stand out. The first happened in 2008 near Nuevo Laredo. US intelligence located a high-ranking Zetas leader protected by over 50 armed guards. The area was a cartel stronghold with minimal police control. Mexican special forces requested help, and the US Marines launched a coordinated raid, snipers, air support, and armored units included. In just a few hours, 48 cartel members were dead or captured. No Marines were lost. It sent shockwaves through the criminal world. The second was in 2013, targeting a brutal cartel figure known as El Chacal. He was notorious in southern Mexico for torturing and killing civilians, including American citizens. Hidden in the forests of Tabasco, his compound was guarded by dozens. US intelligence tracked him, and a joint team of DEA agents, Mexican forces, and Marines launched a helicopter raid. The gunfight was short but intense. El Chacal was killed, his compound was destroyed. The message was clear: hurt Americans and the consequences will be severe. These missions are now studied by security experts as textbook examples of how direct military intervention, when planned well, can achieve what local forces often can't. The speed, precision and sheer force turned these fights into one-sided victories and showed cartel leaders the real cost of crossing the line. But the Marines' success wasn't just about bravery, it was about using the right tools. Advanced tech gave them a massive edge on the battlefield. Drones play a huge role. They let Marines monitor targets from miles away, scanning compounds, tracking movements, and streaming real-time footage to commanders. That means Marines know what they're walking into before they ever touch the ground. Cartels, that once relied on surprise tactics, suddenly find themselves exposed from above. Precision-guided weapons also let Marines strike without causing widespread damage. Instead of old bombs that might hit the wrong target, smart missiles and bombs can take out a single car or building with incredible accuracy, critical in areas where civilians are close by. Digital command systems are another asset: satellite maps, encrypted radios, real-time tracking software. In unfamiliar towns or dense forests, this tech helps Marines move fast, stay coordinated, and adjust plans on the fly. Cartel fighters may know the terrain, but they don't have the same intel or coordination. That difference often decides who wins. Sniper teams, air support, and ground vehicles also play key roles. Every piece fits into a larger strategy designed to apply pressure from all directions. In raids like those in 2008 and 2013, air-ground communication gave Marines total control over the operation. Even with fewer numbers, their precision and timing overwhelmed the enemy. Once cartels realized what they were dealing with, many stopped trying to fight and started trying to survive. Just the presence of Marines in an area often made gangs change plans, abandon hideouts, or retreat without a fight. For criminal groups built on violence and intimidation, that fear showed a real shift in the balance of power. Cartel leaders, no matter how brutal, aren't stupid. They know the risks and understand the Marines won't back down. They arrive with superior weapons, combat experience, and legal authority to strike hard. Unlike police, they can't be bribed, and they never hesitate. In several cases, cartel members fled cities based only on unconfirmed reports that Marines were nearby. Intelligence from cities like Culiacan and Reynosa shows that cartel hideouts were cleared overnight after sightings of US forces. That's not just fear, that's survival strategy. Still, fear alone won't win the war. Some cartel fighters regroup, relocate, or wait it out. But the presence of Marines has changed the equation. Cartel gunmen now think twice before making a move, and that hesitation can save lives. Despite these tactical victories, many experts agree this war can't be won with military force alone. Cartels exist because of deeper problems: poverty, corruption, and the high demand for drugs in the United States. In many poor or rural parts of Mexico, young people grow up with few options. For them, joining a cartel might seem like the only way out. Until those root issues are addressed, cartels will keep finding new recruits to replace the ones they lose. Corruption is another massive hurdle. Many local police departments, city officials, even some military units have been caught working with cartels. Bribes, threats and family pressure make it hard to resist. And you know, when criminals can buy off the justice system, it's nearly impossible to build lasting security. Even after a successful marine raid, another gang often steps in to fill the power vacuum. Some even splinter into new groups, more unpredictable and dangerous than the original. That's why real change needs more than firepower. It means investing in communities, fixing local institutions and offering better choices for young people. Tracking cartel money, stopping weapons trafficking and reducing US drug demand are also critical steps. Marines can instill fear in cartel leaders, but building peace takes much more. Even when they try to avoid hurting civilians, their operations can still cause massive disruption. Cities get locked down, families trapped in their homes, businesses shut down. Take Culiacan in 2023. During a raid to capture Ovidio Guzman, son of El Chapo, the city was paralyzed for nearly 2 days. Gunmen set up roadblocks, burned cars and sprayed bullets through neighborhoods. Though the mission was successful, thousands of residents were stuck indoors, cut off from work, school and basic services. Events like that show that even the most carefully planned missions can shake entire communities. Streets empty out. Shops close, weddings are cancelled, kids stay home. In some cases, families are forced to flee, becoming refugees in their own country. After the dust settles, recovery takes time, stores need repairs, kids need to catch up on school, hospitals treat the wounded. The trauma of hearing gunfire or seeing masked men in the streets doesn't fade easily. Local leaders are stuck between supporting military action and protecting their citizens from the fallout. Many are now calling for better communication systems to help people prepare for possible clashes. But once the Marines move in, their focus is the mission, not the city's logistics. Despite the risks, the Marines remain a symbol of strength in the fight against organized crime. They stand between chaos and order. Their mission goes beyond winning fights. They protect those who can't protect themselves. As long as cartels threaten lives and defy the law, the Marines will be ready. And when they show up, they bring more than firepower. They bring a legacy of discipline and a warning. No one is above the law. In a world where crime is rising and borders are blurring, the Marines remain a solid line between order and collapse. They don't back down and they never will. Finally, at the end of the video, thank you all for listening. We encourage you to follow S News and watch our future videos. Don't forget to subscribe.